since YouTube does that thing. Just regular stuff. Okay. Let's pull this up over here. Here we go. So, okay, I'm just going to wait for the 30-second mark. Okay, we hit 30 seconds. So, I wrote a community post today, and I said that one of my exes said he got rejected by a chick. He's a aesthetic guy, and he's been growing a man bun on his head. It doesn't flatter him at all. Part of the reason why he was trying to grow a man bun is because he wanted to look unattractive. He wasn't in a good headspace, and uh, he told me that he was interested in a woman, and she was a model. So I asked him for a picture. He sent it to me. And the first thing I did was I asked him, do you still have that man bun on your head? And he told me, the answer to that is no. And I told him that man bun ain't flattering you. I'm not a fan of that man bun. Makes you look like a man bum. And I told him he's a handsome guy, lose it. And then I also followed up telling him I'd go and cut that bun off myself as if I was in Hawaii. And I also added over here that the reason why I told him this is because I felt like he could do better and he can look like crap. And I also included that I had another ex who he got a buzz cut haircut. He looked like a Q-tip, right? I mean, his head shape naturally looks like a Q-tip, which is really bizarre. But after I brought that up to him, he decided to grow his hair out. He went to a salon. He got a great haircut, and he's with a great looking woman. She is above him in terms of aesthetics, and they're in a really happy relationship, so I'm happy for him. And part of it is that he's been investing in himself. So with this person, I got a comment from Ziamara, and I'm totally open to these kind of comments. And it said, there's more to the outside than a human. Why would where would you put a woman that lost her leg, crippled arm, skin, bone, muscle grafts, and poured all the blood in the ambulance and her over in a 4-mile trip to the hospital? And then I said, of course, but in this case, it would be easily remedied with a haircut. It's like if a person doesn't take a shower for 1 week because their mental state isn't there, I would encourage them to take a shower for their own mental and physical wellness. And then I don't know if this is a woman or man. I'm not too sure with it. But they said that their dad worked in construction and the women were trying to change him. And then he met their mom, and her body was a mess. She just came out of an abusive relationship, and he looked at her for how she was a human. Didn't focus on the physical, focus on who she was. And the question was, what's wrong with being yourself, wearing stuff that you want, or your hair is in a butt? So the difference here is this. My ex was not the kind of person to grow a man bun. The reason why he's growing a man bun is because he's depressed. He wants to be unattractive. I asked him flat out about a month ago or so, why are you growing out this man bun? So for him to tell me that he wants to date someone, especially a model, I had to tell him, get rid of that man bun. Part of the reason why I'm mentioning this thing is the background information. Models take care of themselves. I looked at this woman's Instagram. She is, the kind in a bikini, has some abs, smiling. She obviously looks like she works out, she takes care of herself. Versus my ex, he kind of looked like he let himself go. This is the kind of guy that used to go to the gym almost every single day. He used to get his hair cut almost religiously every 2 to 3 weeks, get his eyebrows done every 2 to 3 weeks as well. This is not something that I was pushing when I was dating him. This is how he naturally was. He liked to invest in himself. He liked to take care of himself. So when he stopped doing that, right, his looks declined. And when he's trying to date a woman who's a model, who obviously gets into this routine, she doesn't want to date him because, in my opinion, she looks at him and she's like, why would I want to date a guy who isn't taking care of himself? And that's the reality of the situation. There are people who can look for character and see the beauty of a person within, but I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people can't see that. A lot of people focus on the visuals. And when I look at the media, I showed you guys this video. All the links in this is in the description. We got this Big Bang Last Farewell. It's a Korean music video. Long story short, uh, the hot woman goes for the hot guy. She dismisses the nerdy guy, not realizing the nerdy guy is the hot guy. So I really recommend checking out these videos. It is catchy songs, by the way. Then you got Super Junior M, which is another music video where there's this guy. He's at a party. Let me pull this up. See, oh wait, not this guy. So he's at a party. Let me find a nerdy guy over here. See, nerdy guy. And then he decides to look good. You can't see him over here. But anyway, he looks good. And then the hot woman checks him out and everything. So this is nerdy guy turned into hot guy. And then not only just for the desire for men to look attractive, but also women have the same thing. Listen to this song. Whole song is about a hot woman walking past the guy and he's just checking her out. This is the kind of society that we kind of live in now. People are very visual creatures, and if you want to be with a hot person, typically, a person who looks put together, who looks like they go to the gym, a person who, kind of like one of those like hot people, like maybe, how would I say it? Like give me a celebrity who looks like she takes care of herself. Kind of like just random hot celebrity who looks like she takes care of herself. A random a male celebrity that looks like they take care of themselves. The reason why they look so good is because they have a stylist. They take care of their hair, their teeth, their nails, that kind of thing. They take care of their diet. And when I'm thinking about the woman that rejected him, I can tell because she's a model and she advertises she's a model too. She has to be on some sort of diet plan. She takes care of her hair, she takes care of her skin, she takes care of her body. So most likely, when she looks at a person who doesn't take care of themselves, she might be turned off because she'll be like, oh, that's a downgrade. I don't want to be with a guy who doesn't invest in himself. So if you want to be with a hot person, in my opinion here, I've seen guys who only want to have 8 or 9 out of 10s. And then they look kind of like slobs and they're like, oh, I don't want to be with any woman who's not like an 8 or 9 out of 10. In my opinion, as harsh as this is going to sound, I view those men when you think about what they're giving off based on their attitude, based on their looks, based on the fact that they're not doing small changes to invest in themselves, wearing nicer clothes. I'm not even talking about expensive clothes. I'm just talking about clothes that fit, clothes that flatter, clothes that complement one's body shape, or having a hairstyle that seems like they groom it, or they some sort of styling to it. I think that it's perceived as those guys just, they have this dream of going for the hot women, but they're not going to get the hot woman unless they're typically super loaded. The old guys with the hot women, the old guys with the Lamborghini with the hot women, like those guys stand a chance. Or yeah, that's about it. Or maybe you'll find that one woman who looks and sees in character, but there are a lot of hot women out there. There are a lot of women who, do the whole shebang. And if they're spending a couple $100s a month on themselves to look good, most likely those women are not gonna really want to be with a guy who looks like he just rolled out of bed. That's the reality of it, and the same goes for the other thing too. If you see a hot guy, typically he's not gonna be with a bummy looking woman because he's gonna want to be with a woman on his level. So, for instance, right, you got a guy who goes to the gym. A lot of these guys with really good bodies, they date women who also look like they go to the gym. Those fitness couples, the couples that they look toned and they go on the meal plan together. Yeah, the whole idea behind that is that if you have, if you're on a meal plan, it's easier to stick on that meal plan when you're dating someone who also is on a restrictive diet. You know, the people who count the carbs, the people who count the macros, the people who uh, have to portion control. Those people, yeah, they typically won't want to be around people who go to like an all-you-can-eat buffet all the time, who eat Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks coffee, and just kind of let themselves go. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to say. So I do believe definitely it's important to look for character. You guys know I'm a big, big believer of that. But I also think that we should also invest in ourselves. So if you can do small changes, like not everybody's gonna look like Brad Pitt, you know, not everyone's gonna look like Scarlett Johansson or Megan Fox, like, but we can all do certain things. Like we can start going to the gym, we can start doing skincare, we can go and style our hair, we can get better fitting clothes. It's those kind of things, those little details that add up. And in my opinion, if you want to go for a person who looks very, very, you know, well put together, yeah, like tends to attract like. So that is all I wanted to say today. This is a short video, and again, the reason why I said this is not because I wanted to change who he really is, um, but I know what kind of person he is, and I know that he used to take care of himself. And for him to go on to the dating scene, let himself go and go for a model, I, I, I don't think that that's really gonna work. And yeah, it didn't. And I told him flat out, you know, I said if I was in Hawaii, I'd cut that freaking man bun off too. So, you know, some people can pull off the man buns, but other people can't. So imagine there's like certain face shapes that can pull off the man buns, and certain shapes that just look kind of strange with it. So my ex has one of those face shapes. In my opinion, it doesn't compliment him to have a man bun. Kind of like imagine. Let me try to imagine. Like Robert Downey Jr. with a man bun. Can you see that? Like I can't really see that. I can't. That's just strange. So yeah, just find a style that works for you and always try to look better. You know, I think life is too short. As a result of that, we should always try to do small changes to look better every single day. And I don't like the idea of someone possibly looking in the mirror thinking that they look like crap, and it's small little changes that they could do. You know, if you're wearing ill-fitting clothes, get better fitting clothes. Your confidence will go up. If your confidence goes up and you're single, then you're going to attract people because of your confidence. I have met so many guys in my life where they're not investing in themselves. They're not wearing clothes that fit them well. They don't, you know, they don't care about their styling, or they don't, you can tell by talking to them that they don't have a lot of self-confidence. And as a result, these guys are single. They see these beautiful women and they're too scared about even speaking to them, because I think psychologically they say, well, she's not going to be interested in me because I don't look a certain way. And they're right. Typically a woman will not like one of those 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 women, they are not going to really care about a guy who looks maybe like a 4 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10, because they're going to say, okay, yeah, I don't, you know, a woman like that on that caliber, an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, most likely wants a 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 type of guy. Yeah, so yeah, of course, don't let it consume your life. You guys know I've been doing small changes, but it doesn't, how do I put it this way? I do the small changes because, like, as I'm working on something, I believe I can work on something else. So my teeth, for example, my teeth are, I feel like I can always get them a little whiter, and it is a work in progress. But it doesn't, you know, it's not like if I walk out on the street and I smile to someone. Actually, I shouldn't be smiling to someone because I have a face mask, but it's not like I'm very insecure about my mouth. It's just that I see potential for it to be better. If someone has crooked teeth, for example, and they're not happy with it, look into getting braces. I know braces is really expensive, but you know, it's just like small little things like that. It doesn't change who you are inside, and looks aren't everything. I've met people that are very, very good looking, but they have terrible personalities. So your looks will only get you so far. And an example is this. I've met women who invest so heavily in their looks, and they know that they look good. You know, they have the hair, they have the nails, they got the makeup, they got the body. But the way they treat other people, it's like they're beneath them. You know, the kind that's like, "Ugh, how dare you talk to me? Like I am so much hotter than you. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you, guy. Like buzz off, buzz off. I'm looking for someone who's on my level." Like those kind of women, those women really irk me. But I've also seen guys who have this convoluted thought in their head, and if they invest in themselves so much they look good, and then when they meet a normal looking woman, you know, the kind of woman that you'll typically find in the grocery store, they don't want to be with that kind of woman either, because they'll be like, oh yeah, they're the people that are wearing, let's say, Gucci jewelry, who have, let's say, expensive like $300 like sweaters, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've seen people be males be dismissive towards other people because they see their investment in themselves as a way to think of them as superior to others, and I don't think of it that way. I don't think that I see one's investment in oneself as a way to up the self confidence, but I don't think that if a person looks good better, they should use it as like a way to just push people down. You get what I'm saying? Like there are some people who look good and they've been working on themselves and they have wonderful personalities and they try to uplift other people's. And then there's other people who invest in themselves and then they see it as a way to just kind of say like, yeah, you're beneath me. Those kind of people, the latter, it, it, those people really, I, I don't like those people. I've met a few of those people, and so yeah, if you have your looks, if you have your looks in terms of you're investing in yourself, and I'm not saying get plastic surgery, I'm not saying do anything drastic. I'm just saying, spend a little bit more time on your skin, spend a little bit more time on your hair, get flattering clothes, and that's it. That will take you very far. Work on your personality. Try to be a good person, or um, yeah, and together, you'll be able to get people who are better looking. So my ex, I don't mentally in his headspace, I don't think he's in a good place, but I can't judge how he is in person since, well, I'm not in Hawaii. And yeah, but if he's not in a good headspace, he's not giving off confidence, and he looks like crap, it's kind of like a recipe for disaster when trying to go after a model. Yeah. So it's not investment advice in terms of money figures. It's just investment advice overall. I think sometimes people, they think about themselves and they don't focus on themselves. It's very, very, very important to take care of oneself. Make sure you drink water. Make sure you stretch, exercise, do some wellness walk. Like small little brush your teeth, comb your hair, take a shower, that kind of stuff. Sometimes people just neglect themselves, and when you neglect yourself, it shows. It shows, and I've come across people. It's like when they get heavily depressed, you can just see it all over their face. And I feel strongly, as a person who has gone through periods of, extended periods of time of depression, if you are not in a good headspace and you neglect yourself, it shows and people can sense it. And if you are single, and it's like a deterrent, because if a person, let's say a person who's in a good headspace sees a person who is depressed, typically they're not going to even want to talk to that person. They're going to be like, you're bringing me down. And it is just the reality of the situation. I have known people where if they get depressed and they just let themselves go, other people like kind of walk away because they think like, man, this person isn't in a good headspace. They look like crap. I don't want to associate myself with people like that. But I feel that if you know a person and you see them going down a bad place, you really should help them out, and you really should help them to get back their footing. I want to see people in my life do better as time goes on. I don't, it doesn't make me happy when I hear about people kind of going on the downward slope. So yeah, again, with my ex who is dating a woman who is very good looking and she treats him right, I'm happy for him. She's a much better woman than me. She She seems like she has a big heart and she's more aesthetic than me, and he's happy, and that makes me happy. So I with that person, with that ex, he started taking care of himself, and that's why he got such a great woman, in my opinion. You know what, Gabriel? You can't. You know what? I don't know how you are with these kind of things, but this is the way I am. If I tell myself I'm going to do it another day, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait. But one thing I've learned about life is life goes by incredibly quickly. Like think about how quickly 2020 went. So if you want to do something for yourself, it's going to be much easier if you start today versus tomorrow. So for instance, right? um, confession. I don't, I don't like the idea of flossing like my teeth because like my teeth, like my gums out there, like, oh, every time I fall off the bandwagon for flossing my teeth, my gums bleed, right? So I was thinking for myself, like, oh, I really should floss my teeth, but I don't want my gums to bleed. Oh, geez, you know, I'm just gonna hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. Next thing I know, a couple months pass by, and then like 8 months pass by, and yesterday, I decided to floss my teeth, and my gums look like not a good, pretty picture, but I did it. And today I'm gonna floss my teeth, and tomorrow I'm gonna floss my teeth. What I'm trying to say is that if you have a goal and you want to do something, the best thing you should do is just do it now. Just do the small little steps, because if you push it off until like X amount of time, or I'm gonna do it in, when this kind of thing ends, you are not going to be, like time's going to slip you by and you might forget about it. And I don't want anybody to be like me where they're thinking like, oh, I'm just going to hold off investing in like taking care of my gums or taking care of my teeth for 8 months. um yeah, so yeah, it's like I don't want to floss my teeth for like a couple months, like 8 months or so, because I was like, oh, my gums are gonna bleed. And yesterday I finally flossed, and it was not pretty. A lot of people don't floss, but I did it, and it was a little embarrassing because it looked like it looked terrible. But I'm sure come in a week, come in 2 weeks, my gums will be a lot happier. Yeah. So that is my confession to you guys. I know some of you guys are like, Erica, you didn't floss your teeth for like 8 months. I'm like, no, I didn't want it to bleed. I just always feel so squeamish about it. But the thing about not flossing your teeth is this, right? You brush your teeth. You're supposed to brush your teeth 2 times a day, which I do. If you do not floss your teeth, there could be bacteria or something like that building up, or some plaque, and then you get a cavity. And a cavity is very, very expensive. I already have 9 cavities in my teeth. I haven't had a cavity in a number of years. I think about 5 years, and I just don't want to push the boundary about getting a new cavity. So yeah, that's why I decided to just jump and jump on board with flossing my teeth. I was like, frick, I'm gonna summon the courage to floss in my teeth. Ridiculous, I know, but it's one of those things. Like people who say like I'm gonna run a mile, but I'll run a mile next week. Right, next week comes, they don't, do it next week, and then they forget about it. 2 years pass, and then they gain a whole bunch of weight, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna run a mile next week. Just do it now. Um, Yeah, I know flossing is important. I was just being a total chicken, you guys. I just didn't want to have like a murder scene in my mouth, and it happened, and I was like, okay, I could just keep swishing with water for 1 minute, and then I did it. And today I woke up and I was like proud of myself. I was like, yes, I flossed my teeth yesterday. I know, as a 32-year-old woman, this is kind of embarrassing to mention, but yeah, I did it yesterday. Small little goal. Gonna do it today. Gonna do it tomorrow, and just get a little better. And then next thing I know, I have nice healthy gums. Work on the teeth situation. Have whiter teeth, and progressively my teeth will be better. And but it's a small little journey, and it starts with small little steps. If you have like terrible gums, or if you have sensitive gums, or gums that need some work, it's not going to change overnight. It you build habits. Same thing with what else would I say? It's kind of like weight loss, for people, or dieting, right? For people who lose weight, it it doesn't happen instantaneous. It's like you got to keep doing the same stuff for a couple weeks or a couple months, and then you get some benefits, but you just gotta hang in there. It's not really, in my opinion, it's not really just doing the actions, but it's also to have habits, good habits. If you want to look good, it's not like how would I put it this way? It's kind of like this. Imagine yourself as a car, right? Imagine you, you, imagine a car getting a car wash. It's like a grimy looking car. It gets a car wash and then it looks beautiful, right? So I feel like when people splurge on themselves and like let's say they look like crap, they splurge on themselves, they get the equivalent of a car wash for a dirty car. They feel good, they look good, but then if they don't maintain it, they're going to turn back into a dirty car. And I know people where they're so proud of their car, they detail their car, and but then there's times where like they don't take care of their car and then their car just looks like absolute crap. And then yeah, it's like they're driving around a car that didn't get dirty overnight, but it's just because they didn't get a car wash for maybe a couple weeks or a couple months, and then all that dirt and all that grime slowly builds up on that pretty car. When they get the car wash, then it's all gone. So if you want to look good, you don't want to be like one of those cars that look really crappy and then really good and then really crappy and then really good. You want to have consistency. So that's the importance of having consistency in your habits. Don't be, just imagine this, like don't be a dirty car. Just think of yourself as like a car. You want to look good, right? If you want to drive a car that looks good or nice and shiny, you got to put work into it. All the people with like the Lamborghinis or the Mercedes, that kind of stuff, most of them, if you have a Lamborghini, I know that person's taking their car to get washed and detailed, and that's why when people think about Lamborghinis, they think nice, shiny, high gloss car. There's maintenance costs involved with that, and think of that as yourself. Like I think people should view themselves as wanting to be like a luxury car, and it doesn't have to be like perfect, but it's that whole, what steps can you take to make yourself look good and maintain that if possible. And then everybody has their own limits. Like some people will go all on out with their maintenance. They'll go to the gym every day, they'll go on a rigid diet plan, they'll just go the whole shebang. But other people would just be like, you know what? I'll just like cut out the fried foods, and that's about it. But yeah, so but there's some sort of consistency and maintenance there. Yeah. Yeah, I know those people who wash and wax their car, and they treat it like their babies. And here's the other thing I don't understand. I know some guys who are really in love with their car, right? They love their car so much. They will look at like the best wax or the best sealant to use. If there's a little chip, oh my goodness, they hyper focus on the chip. If it gets, if a scratch happens, they're the first one to go to the car dealership to get that thing fixed. But then when you look at them, they don't take care of themselves. It's like they have all this hyper focus on their freaking car, but they need to pay attention to what's inside of the car, in my opinion, which is them. So I think it's more important to to have like a good amount of balance, not just like, oh, I love my car so much, my car is my baby, oh, look how beautiful my car is, and then they walk out of the car and you're like, oh god, that person looks kind of like bummy. Just being honest here, just being honest. Yeah. Uh, so there's my analogy. View yourself as a car. Imagine like a nice shiny vehicle. When you look into, with people when they get like a haircut, for instance, I know some people when they get the haircut, they get the styling done by a stylist. Like they feel so confident. They're like, damn, I look spiffy. Like yeah, just view yourself as a car. Always want to look spiffy and shiny, and take care of yourself. The problem with taking that much care of a car is that you end up being used by. I know people who will drop thousands of dollars on their car, but they won't spend thousands of dollars on themselves. The kind of people who's like, oh, I gotta save money so I can put some sort of like kit on my car, and I gotta drop it lower, or get a paint job or something like that for the car. Like these people are like, yeah, I gotta save money so I can get rims. Like those people, and then when it comes to like how they take care of themselves, they're very cheap, and I'm like, what's the point of this? What is the point of this? Spending all this money on your freaking car, but it's like, yeah, what's the point of spending all this money on your car and not yourself? I think it's more important to spend more money on yourself and then have a, if you want to put that much maintenance in the car, in my opinion, you should also spend that much maintenance on yourself because it just, yeah, yeah. So all those people, and I know some people are going to criticize me for this, the car enthusiast. Take a step back. Take a step back and remember the most important item to take care of is really yourself. Not other people. I know some people would say, Erica, it's more important to take care of other people. No, 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 no. Because, for instance, if you have a child and your child looks up to you and they see you, like children might not realize how much parents sacrifice for them. So I think it's very important for parents to kind of set the standard for themselves and then the kid would follow. So for instance, right, if a parent's like, oh, uh, kiddo, you gotta brush your teeth and you gotta style your hair every single day, and the kid hears this, but then they look at their parent and the parent looks like a mess. The parent doesn't look as polished as the kid. The kid's gonna see some sort of dissonance. So I think parents should really lead by example. And if a parent looks good and they look clean and they wear well-fitting clothes, the kid is going to look up and say, oh, okay, well, my parent always looks nice, and my parent always makes sure that I look nice. So when as that kid becomes older, right, teenager, adult, those kind of little things are going to stick into the kid's mind. Yeah. So don't just like think about other people and then just nurture them. Women, I find, tend to be really guilty of this. Women tend to be very much caretakers. They're very nurturing. And you guys, you remember like the Swan? Do you remember that makeover show? I think it was on like ABC or something like that, like early 2000s. Anyway, they would detail these women. I think it was always women, but I could be wrong. Maybe there was men too. These women would be women who look like crap. uh, they obviously didn't take care of themselves, and then would be a team of people going in, giving them plastic surgery, putting them on a diet, making them work out, working on their hair and their nails. And at the end of it, after maybe a couple weeks or so, the women would be unveiled and they look like a brand new woman. You could tell they get their teeth done. If they're missing teeth, their teeth are chipped. And you can see the self-confidence in these women from how they look like before to how they look like afterwards, after a team of people worked on them. It's just remarkable. So what I'm trying to say is, don't allow yourself to get to that level where you sorely neglect yourself. And if you do, know that you can always get out of it. It's not going to be overnight. It's going to take a long time, especially if you don't have a team. You don't have hair, nails, stylist, dietitian, exercise person, but you can get it done. And yeah, it's not good when a woman neglects herself for the sake of her family. And again, women have this. I've seen a lot of women in my life where they run themselves haggard, and the dangerous thing about that is some women, they are so loving, so caring, they sacrifice so much for their family, and they hold the fort down. They don't invest in themselves, and sometimes men get wandering eyes. And I've seen families get broken up because the woman doesn't take care of herself, and then the guy finds a mistress or divorces her because he thinks he can do better. And yeah, I knew a couple that I thought, I saw this woman. She sacrificed so much for her husband. She sacrificed so much for taking care of the kid. And then her husband cheated on her with another woman. And this woman had stuck by the guy through thick and thin. But in my opinion, the reason why he cheated is that he just didn't find her physically attractive. Woohoo! claps for Jacob. So Jacob bought an exercise bike recently, and he's assembling it tonight. He's gained a bunch of weight over the last year, and he wants it gone. Yeah, so you got to take the first step. Just like I started flossing yesterday, Jacob's gonna take the first step in losing the weight. It's not gonna be overnight. But with all those people who do the weight loss stuff, you see the people who's like, I lost 60 pounds in 1 year. Keep in mind, it's not 2 days. It's 1 year. It's 2 years. If you put the work in, that weight's gonna fall off. But it's not just, of course, exercise. It's also making sure that you eat healthy. I know people who exercise a lot, but their diet is crap, and they eat all the fried food. They eat all the bad processed food, and they find it harder for the weight to come off because um, while they're working through to try to get off the excess weight, they're still eating, let's say, McDonald's, or they're still eating like high calorie fattening food. Exactly. Yeah. Also, you guys know I believe strongly in wellness walks. If you walk 10 minutes a day around the block, just 10 minutes, you kind of get yourself out of your headspace. I notice like sometimes if I stay indoors for a long time, I get depressed, and that does not help my mental state. So going outdoors, getting some fresh air, even or New York air, shall I say, it breaks up the cycle in my head. It breaks up my mood, and then I come back. I lose I burn some calories. I get to see around, and I find that I'm always in a better mood whenever I walk outside. Yeah, it's easy to just stay indoors and just get lost in one's head. So it's important to get outside and break it up. So yeah, the other thing that helps with depression is this too. Um, I find like if I'm really depressed, it's important for me to take like an extra shower. And I have this whole thinking where sometimes if we feel depressed, we have, and this is going to sound stupid, but I feel like sometimes after we take a shower, we feel nice, clean and lighter. So I think of taking a shower like washing away like the bad negative vibes or the bad thoughts. And it works. If you take a nice relaxing shower, you feel cleaner, you feel squeaky, you feel refreshed. I'm a big fan of baths, even though I know drought areas would not be happy with that. Like me, kind of being like Shamu over here, but it helps me a lot. It really does. So I'm a big fan of investing in, let's say, good towels or skincare stuff or face mask. And I used to think it was just a big waste of money, to having like the facial scrubs. But I find it's amazing what taking a shower can do. So if you guys are depressed, if you guys maybe find yourself, I knew a few people who didn't take a shower for a week because they were really really depressed. Um, take a shower, wash off that negative stuff, take a nice long soaking bath, and when you get out of that shower, you'll find that you feel better. Life is too short to kind of stay in negative thoughts, and from my experience, sometimes if you get stuck in the headspace, you get into this feedback loop, and time just goes by quickly. So again, if you are depressed and you feel a little down, go on a walk, take a shower, or do both. You'll feel much better. And remember that don't just like waste hours of a day stuck in your head, because you could be doing that time moving forward, or exercising a little, or yeah, investing in yourself longer term. Yeah, it's very easy to get stuck in your headspace. Very easy. So yeah. Um, Exercises are powerful mood lifters. It is, but also just walking outside. Walking outside, pampering yourself. I mean, I know some people they would say pampering yourself is a waste of money, but it isn't. You can pamper yourself very, very cheaply. You can go to, let's say, the dollar store and buy like Epsom salts, fill up a tub if you have a tub. I'm a big fan of bathtubs. Put like 2 cups or whatever, 1 or 2 cups of Epsom salt in there, have a nice fragrant bath, and just like relax in the moment. And I think that sends a message to your brain when you do those kind of pampering things, like you're worth it. You know, you have a lot of value. And yeah, it's kind of sad to me when I think about like people getting, let's say, facials, or when I talk about facials, you know, like cleansing, haircut, that kind of thing. Like they, if they push it off too long, or they never get it done. I've gotten going to an esthetician a bunch of times in my life. I don't do that anymore. Because I kind of just do it myself now. But it's a really great pampering process. You don't have to just you know, you don't have to see like doing cheap things like taking an Epsom salt bath, maybe a bubble bath, or getting some like kind of facial moisturizer as something like only the rich do. You can buy that stuff really cheaply, or do make DIY stuff. Oh yeah, I'm a big fan size of bathtubs and saunas and things like that. I love bathtubs so much. I love it. I love having a bathtub. I can't imagine life without a bathtub. Water conservationists won't be pissed, but it really helps so much for my mental mood, my mental state, so much. Here's another thing, you guys. Hold on. So here is a few things that I use for my bath, and I'm just gonna be telling you guys about it. So I have this thing. It's called Skin. It's a strawberry. Where is it? Strawberry skin food. This is a really popular product. I think it's about 12 bucks. This lasts a really long time. See it? It looks like strawberry jam. It smells like strawberry jam. You don't really need that much at all. You can use maybe about a dime size amount. So this can last you like 4 months. I'd say 3 4 months, depending on how much you use. So that comes out to $3 a month. I mean, come on, that's like the price of a freaking uh, sandwich, or one fourth the cost of a burrito in New York. And then you can also do something like this. So Lush has these like bath bombs. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, so Lush has these bath bombs, and what I did is I cut them up in chunks, and instead of using one bath bomb at a time, I think I cut this up in like small little pieces, and I just drop it off. So this is, I think, 2 bath bombs, but I have a whole bunch of it in there, and I use it, you know, as much bubbles as I want. So this is a way that I stretch out a 6.95 bubble bar to many uses. And yeah, so yeah, so this kind of stuff doesn't have to be expensive. You can use it. You can definitely, yeah, see, so I have this. It's a Milky Bath bubble bar. If you have any of these Lush bubble bars or these little bath bombs, I would recommend cutting them up into pieces if you want to. It stretches it out, and people think Lush is really expensive. It can be pricey, but yeah, stretch it out, and then you can like pamper yourself, and it doesn't have to break the budget. Yeah. And if you are a guy, no, you know, definitely this kind of stuff seems kind of girly. You might think it's girly, but it smells great. It smells like strawberry jam, and whenever I smell this, it makes me so happy. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a great thing to buy for $12. It's amazing. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll link it on Amazon. Yeah, I think I'm gonna link it on Amazon. So if you guys are in a funk, or if you guys want to take care of yourself a little bit more, let's see over here. Yeah, so you use it. I use it about twice a week. I don't know how often you're supposed to use it, but you just put this. You just cleanse your face, and after you cleanse your face, you keep this on your face for about 10 to 15 minutes. Normally, I do this while I'm in the shower, soaking in the tub. Um, and then afterwards, I just rinse it off, and I'm good. So I love using this. Highly recommend get this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna link this in the description as one of those things where it's a cheap thing to buy. Yeah, let me see if I can do that right now. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, let me find it. One moment. And remember, you only try use like a dime size or a quarter size amount. You can be kind of cheapy about it. You don't have to be like, oh, you know, spend so much money. Oh, look, it's only, yeah, it's only $10.99. Hold on, one moment. I'm gonna link this in my description. Normally, I don't link this kind of stuff, but I do think it is really beneficial. And for anybody, if you guys want to have like a little quick scent reminder that you matter, yeah, this is one of those things that I think would really help you. I remember when I bought it, I thought to myself, like, wow, this is really great. And it's a scrub, so you'll find your skin feels smoother while using it. Let me find this. Where is my, what's this? Hmm. One moment. I'm so slow at this stuff, you guys. What's it called? Black sugar scrub. Okay, so I just saved it in the description, the Skin Food Black Sugar Scrub. And let me show you this. So yeah, if you look at it, this is just me showing this. See this? So it's $10.99 and it's 3.53 ounces. It has mineral rich organic black sugar with strawberry seeds and strawberry seed oil. It really does smell like strawberry jam. So if anybody wants to, you know, pamper themselves, highly recommend it. Of course, don't scrub too hard. Do it very, very gently. And I love this product a lot. Yeah, it really works great. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. And let's pull this up over here. You guys get to see Austin. Oh wait, no, let me do this. Yeah, over here. Yeah, so Jacob says that he uses a lot of girlish hair products and shampoos and they always seem to smell better and work better too. It does. I think, you know what? It doesn't taste nearly as well as it smells. I've accidentally tasted it, and it definitely doesn't taste like strawberry jam. But it smells amazing. So if you open like a jar of like Smuckers or just like a strawberry can, not a strawberry candy, but it really smells like strawberry jam. It has like this uh, deep strawberry scent to it, and yeah, it's just great. It's really great. I love it so much. I really do. I'm such a frugal person, but for this, 10.99, in my opinion, worth it, worth it. And again, this can last you about 4 months or so. I think it can last you 4 months. I've had this for about 2 months and I feel like I barely made a dent. Maybe I used about 1/4 of it, so maybe it'll last you even longer. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna put it on my toast. I'm not gonna put it on my toast, Jim. No, no, no. Yeah, so but this helps me with depression, and this helps me with my self-pampering thing. Whenever I feel low, and if I use something like this, it it snaps me out of it. So I think that's the thing about kind of like this kind of skincare stuff. It it just, like I said, it just sends a signal to your brain, like you're making conscious steps to invest in yourself, and that in itself will boost your mood, because then you'll feel like your skin is better, you'll feel the softness, and once you feel that, in my opinion, you're going to want to improve yourself little by little by little. It's like the small little victories that I think that's what makes a person very put together. For instance, right? So I started with the skincare serums. I really like that. Actually, no, I take that back. I started with this first. Yeah, I actually started with this first, and then I liked how this felt, and then I went on to the skincare stuff, and then I did the skincare stuff, and I became more consistent with my exercise. And according to Lewis, he can see the benefits of me exercising. I can't really tell too much, but and then so I do the exercise. I've been working on my hair. You guys know last week I got the hair extension stuff. I tried the fake nails. The fake nails unfortunately didn't work out for me. I'm too like sticking this stuff on my fingers, just yeah, it's not I'm too hands on, shall I say. I open like cans of cat food, and wearing fake nails doesn't work for me. But at least I know, if I wanted to put on fake nails, I have them lying around. I know how it is. So I did the fake nails, and then I have my teeth stuff that I'm working on, flossing. So you can see that it just kind of builds one thing to another. And I'm not doing this kind of stuff because of insecurity. It's because it kind of gets infectious, when you work on a flaw, and then you feel confident because you're conquering that flaw, and then you see other things and you just want to go higher and higher and higher. So yeah, so maybe if you guys get a skin scrub or something that smells nice, doesn't have to be this. I know I'm showing you guys this many times because I think that this was one of the catalysts for me to take better care of myself, and it smells good too. See if you can do a small little thing, and that snaps you into taking care of yourself more. Again, I think that smelling something like strawberry jam every pretty often, like two, 3 times a week, is not a bad thing. It's really nice to smell. It is really, really nice. Okay, so Dope Dealer recommends a Sonic Care toothbrush. You know what? I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into that because right now I'm using a bamboo toothbrush, and I did hear Sonic Care is good. So I'm gonna continue flossing, take care of my teeth, and then yeah, I might actually get a Sonic Care toothbrush or something that's a little bit more affordable. But thank you for that. Thank you for that. No problem, no problem. You know what? I mean, like, I feel like nobody, everybody, we all have things that we can all work on, unless we have like a team of people, right? And face it, we're not celebrities. We don't have to deal with PR people. But whatever you feel that you're lacking, I don't think it is something that needs to bring you down. I see it as like a hey, work on this, or you feel like your teeth is lacking, hey, start flossing. You'll feel more confident about it. Once you start flossing, you feel like your gums are getting healthier, then you can have, let's say, you can try to safely whiten your teeth. Andrea told me about coconut oil pulling. She recommended that, and I'm going to look into that. Really thankful for the advice. So for like that kind of stuff, it's just like small little things, and I hope that when 6 months passes, or maybe 3 months, or maybe a month, I'm gonna see more positive changes in my life. I'm very transparent about this kind of stuff, since I think there's a lot of people out there who are working on things, and or maybe they don't have they they haven't taken the first step yet. And I've been pretty transparent about this stuff because I hope that with me being open about it and you guys hearing my thoughts, maybe you guys are gonna work on other, things that have been holding you down for a really long time. For me, flossing, not flossing for 8 months, it's pretty embarrassing, but at least I'm taking that first step and kind of like the people who are, I shouldn't say this, but kind of like the people who are in Alcoholics Anonymous. Like some people can be really embarrassed about being alcoholic. I know some people who've dealt with addictions, and I don't look down upon them for that kind of stuff. You know, if they've gotten involved in some bad things in life, addictions, drugs, alcohol, I think it takes a lot of courage to admit it. And I think it takes a lot of courage also to take the first step to get out of it. So when people they talk about, you know, they used to be alcoholic and they used to drink all the time and it's been their first, let's say, week of not drinking. I think that's a really wonderful thing. It's the first step to going into sobriety. And of course, nobody is perfect, but these people have a desire to improve their lives. And it's really important to say, hey, you know what? Good job taking the first step, you know, keep continuing it on. And when I hear about celebrities or people saying they haven't drunk in, let's say, 3 months or 1 year or 2 years, it's so nice to hear about those kind of things, and I really 100% support those people. Ah, yeah, I know. A giant leap for floss stocks. I know. I know. I know. You know what? If you guys have any floss brand recommendations, definitely let me know because I'm not too familiar with floss. I know there might be a person or two who's into floss and they're like, I've tried all the flosses, Erica, and this is the premium floss. Like, I want to know what that is because right now I'm like, hey, I think floss is floss. So maybe there's one like I don't want to say cream de la crema floss, but you get what I'm saying? Like there's some floss that's better than other floss. Oh, really? Waterpick? Woohoo! So KA's friend hasn't smoked or drank in a year. Yeah. You know what? That's great. But I also think, you know what, if your friend goes off the path and because nobody's perfect, right? If they start smoking and they start drinking, I and they go down a downward spiral, encourage them to get back up because there's some people who relapse, and just because someone relapses on stuff, just like someone who's on a diet, if they eat a donut, it doesn't mean they can get back. They can't get back on track. They can definitely get back on track. So just be mindful about it. Oh, Tom Ford. Okay, I'll look for the luxury. Yeah, so if anybody is, you know, going on, I know some people they go on like try to go on stringent diets. They say, you know, I'm never gonna eat sugar again, and then they find themselves eating a cookie. Maybe that, yeah, yeah, like me. I'm gonna eat sugar, but I try to reduce it. Like, yeah, if you fall off your diet for a little bit, you know, you find yourself at an all-you-can-eat buffet, or yeah, a nice little donut is put in front of you and you slip off, like don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow's another day. You don't need to have a 100% clean diet. I believe that as long as your diet is clean 80% of the time, then 20% of the time you can cheat. Some people would say you should only do that 10% or 5% of the time, but hey, you know what? We only live once. I want to enjoy life. I don't want to be having a life where I'm counting my calories and getting all like, oh, I gotta make sure that I have everything in balance and I can only eat chicken and broccoli. Like, I don't want that kind of life. Wow. Haven't drunk since New Year's 1999. That is accomplishment. Listerine Ultra Clean Axis flosser. Okay. Okay, let me look that up. Let's see. Listerine Ultra Axis flosser. I didn't even know Listerine made. Whoa. I didn't even know they made this. Really? I never even knew this existed. Oh my gosh. Easily gets. Oh yeah, I have those little floss picker things. Yeah, but yeah, this. Wow, look at this. Some fancy. What's this? 1.99, $3 floss picker. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Thank you. And then I'll look into a water picker too. And then I'll look into the Sonic here too. Gum brand has a flossing ribbon. Yeah, I've heard about those like flossing. Yeah, I think I had a flossing ribbon back in Hawaii. I like those like floss picks. Yeah, I know, Suki. I've been on the whole GME thing. It's kind of like I kind of feel like you know how like Nancy Grace, you guys familiar with her? She used to be on HLN. She used to always talk about like Kaylee Anthony. I feel like with the whole GME thing, I'm like, hey, let's look at GME today. Let's go on this whole stretch. Like Nancy Grace was talking about Kaylee Anthony for like the for a couple months. I feel like. She's no longer on TV, but when that happened, like Casey Anthony, Kaylee Anthony, it was like every freaking day. I was like Casey Anthony, Casey Anthony, Casey Anthony. So thankfully, the GME stuff isn't gonna last that long. But yeah, okay, okay. Let me check this out. Water pick. Oh yeah. Me too, Jacob. Me too. That was like I used to hear about it, and it was weird because it's like I never got tired of it. You know what else you know what else I was really into? I was really into the Chris Watts case. Like I think everybody was like fascinated about that. I was looking up the Chris Watts case as recently as 2 days ago. Oh. Okay, let's check this. Oh, I've seen this. Yeah. I've seen this. Okay, let's look at Best Buy. Let's see this. Why did I click on Best Buy? I should have clicked on Amazon. Oh well. Uh, Jeez. Wow, fancy. Look at that. Triple Sonic. Sonic Care? No way. This is called Triple Sonic. This marketing, you guys. Jeez. Triple Sonic. Why have Sonic Care when you can have Triple Sonic? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do small steps. I'm gonna try to get into the routine while I'm working on getting the routine of flossing. I'm gonna pick up those water picks, not the water picks, that other pick. I lost it. This Listerine Ultra Axis. Jeez, that sounds so wrong. Listerine Ultra Clean Axis. I'll pick this up, see how this works, and then when I get in their group of things, I think I'll slowly upgrade over to the water pick thing. The thing about me is I need to do the baby steps. I don't know about you guys, but I've been guilty before where it's like I go on this thing and then if I don't build up habits and I get like the premium product, sometimes it's like the premium product just kind of if it's like a pain in the ass to use, I'm not gonna want to use it. Especially because we have really limited space in the bathroom. Like the bathroom is so tiny, you guys. So tiny. I wish I had counter space in there, but we don't have any counter space. So, but using something like this, definitely, I could fit that around. And the Sonicare, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we don't have any counter space in that friggin' bathroom, so I don't even have space to put a Sonicare there. Sucks. It sucks. Hey, you know what? I think if the head's okay, you're good. Oh, Suki knows that hack. Suki knows that hack. The whole yeah, you only gotta floss your teeth 2 weeks before the dentist comes in. The dentist is like, oh wow, your teeth look great. You know what else I heard was really good? There's like a plaque mouth rinse that I was actually using. I think I'm gonna buy this. Let me show you guys this though. Yeah, Plax, Plax. I used to use this back in Hawaii, and it really does work on loosening up your plaque, your tartar. Of course, your experience could be different than mine, but it really did work. See this Plax, Plax. Try look that up on Amazon, and if you are worried about tartar, if you're not really up to date with your dentist, like I haven't gone to the dentist in like 8 months. Oh, jeez, I really should go to the dentist. Um, yeah, so my dentist that I was going to, of course, was in Hawaii, and because I'm in New York, yeah, I miss my dentist. I miss my dentist. I feel like when I go back to visit Hawaii, if I go to the dentist appointment, my dentist is gonna be like, "What happened to your teeth, Erica? You have so much tartar." So something like this definitely helps. I've used it before, like I said, and I just haven't used it in a while. So yeah, but I'm gonna start flossing. keep up with that thing. This is going to be my second day of flossing. After I get in the habit of that, going to start using this thing. And then from there, I'll see if I want to use a Sonicare and then build up. So small little steps. I'm that kind of person. Like if I get overwhelmed with all this stuff all at one time, sometimes none of this stuff sticks. So I treat myself kind of with very delicate gloves. Like, oh, okay, small little steps. Don't overwhelm yourself. Yeah. Philips Sonicare flosser. Bed-Stuy. uh, Woohoo! Yeah, you know what? I really think investing is one of those things. Like, I wish when I was in school, I wish my teacher told me to invest. I really, really, really wish that I it got pounded in my head to like invest or look into investment. Sometimes I feel like this. I feel like people are so worried about investing in something. They have this fear like they're gonna lose all their money, and that's not true. You put your okay. Let's put it in for example, right? Let's look at Visa. Visa stock. That's V. Okay, so Visa hasn't been doing so well. Okay, gonna be honest. Like this is one of those stocks that people say like you can invest long term, and you'll be okay. So it kind of took a hit. Kind of I feel like after the situation, but kind of like look at the long term of it. If I had invested into Visa back in 2017 at 71.54. I would now my 71.54 would now turn into $193. I have a firm belief, you guys, that the best time to invest, I hate to sound really freaking like cliche, is really now or when you see a dip. I know the Dow went down like 400 or 600 points today. To be honest, I don't really get it. All I know is that when the Dow goes down, that can be seen as a buying opportunity. But of course, invest with caution, invest money that you feel comfortable in investing. But yeah, Visa is not going to be going down to zero anytime soon. It's just put some money into a stock, hold it, and who knows, maybe in 4 years, your $193 investment is going to be significantly more because 4 years ago it was 71. Yeah, so don't be scared of investing. I think, and this is just my speculation here, in my opinion, but I kind of feel like when we go to school, they just teach you how to be a really good employee. They don't teach financial security enough. I wish when I went to school, I went to a private school by the way. My school was expensive. It's not because my family was loaded. It was because my family worked really freaking hard. So they were working 7 days a week kind of thing. So yeah, I went to a private school, and then my private school didn't teach me things like really like home economics, how to sew, investing. I wish it was part of the curriculum. Like I would take freaking investing classes over something like taking art all the time. It's just yeah, it's I mean, math is important, but I mean, like a lot of people, we don't do high level math. Like, how many people are doing trigonometry right now? Most of the math that I do 99% of the time is uh, add, subtract, and divide. That's it.
Now multiplication?
Oh, multiply too.
I guess with your stock account, you would never consider
Oh,
multiplication.
whatever.
Oh, not much.
Whatever. No, my stock account is doing pretty damn
Subtract and
good.
divide.
Huh?
Subtract and
Well, yeah,
divide.
today it
That's all
was
we do.
subtract, that's for sure.
Yeah, me
Oh,
too. Blackberry holder. What are you
huh?
gonna do?
Blackberry holder. Yeah,
Is it,
you know
am
what?
I gonna paper hands on Monday?
Yeah, Lewis Paperhand Rossman is over here. So for yeah, so you got to be comfortable with it going down and up. Don't if you have a stock, right? So remember, like look at this. So Visa went down 2.5% today. Some people, if they just invested yesterday, they're like, "Oh my God, I lost 2.5% of my money." No, that's not the case. It went down 2.51%, but that doesn't mean it, that's all you have in your bank account. You hold on to it. The only time you really realize losses or gain is when you cash out. So for this person, right? This person over here, you can see they bought in at 71, and then, you know, it went up to 77, and then it went down to 76. And if you just held on, your $71 investment goes up to $193. So you gotta understand that the stock market goes up and it goes down a few percentage, but if you pick your stock right, generally they go up. You know, Visa has gone up, Google has gone up. Let's look at the 5-year mark, right? Google has gone up.
I'm a Reddit user.
I was looking at Google when it was like $1,000 or $1,200, and now it's $1,827 freaking dollars. Yeah, I have a Roth account. So for those, I only have ETFs in there because I don't want to touch it. I don't want to worry about. I don't want to like invest in one stock and then find out the freaking stock went kaput in 30 years. I don't think he would clean your teeth in ultrasonic just because I think yeah, I don't think would you clean teeth in an ultrasonic cleaner?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't know. Hey, Brant. Yeah, you know what the thing is, Lou? The thing is that like, yeah, you can invest in stocks, and if your stock account can go to crap, but if you hold long, you'll be okay. If you believe in the long-term view of a stock, you're not going to get shaken out. So for instance, right, let's look at the Google stuff, right? Imagine this guy, they invested at 1,252, and then it went down to 109. If a person is like a paper hands investor, gonna be honest over here, paper hands investor, they'd be like, I lost like $200. I'ma sell. And if they sold and they didn't hold on, they wouldn't have seen this 1,827 gain. That's why I'm one of those people who hold long. I'm not like go down 2% and I start crying or anything like that. I'm like, I'm ruined. No. All my main holdings are longs, so I don't have to worry about it. The reason why you hear about me streaming every freaking day now is because with the GME thing, I don't know when it's gonna tank. Huh? I did sell Capital One. I sold Capital One, and then it went up.
Wow.
Frick.
It went up to $100 the other day.
Yeah.
When did you sell it?
I sold it at like 70.
Yeah.
But you know what? No. Here's the thing, okay? Look at when I bought it.
Paper hand. You know what I'm gonna call you?
What? No, screw you. You know what?
Paper hands plushie. That's what you are. You're a paper hands plushie.
No, this is what happened. Okay, I'm gonna explain it, okay?
Yeah, look at it.
No, I'm gonna explain it, you guys.
Oh, it went down. I'm gonna sell.
So I bought it. Look. So I bought it here, right? I bought it like 104 or something, right? And then I held on to it for 2018. Because see, when I had looked at the chart, when I bought it, I thought, oh, look, it went from 60 to $100. So I held. And then I look and I'm like, frick, I'm at the same frickin' place that I was back in 2018. You guys know I've been looking at my chart. And then the situation happened, right? You know, the situation where all the stocks started tanking. And then I was holding on to this thing. And I was like, frick this thing is taking forever and 3 days to go up. I just got impatient, so I pulled the money out of Capital One, sold the stock, I think around 79 or so. And then I moved it over. Like, look at this. From March all the way to November, it didn't even recover. So I sold it out, and then I used the money to invest in other stocks, and then now it's at 104. So it's basically the same freaking price that I bought it for. And I'm waiting 3 years for it to be at the same price? Like, F that. So that is the reason why I sold Capital One, and that is the reason why I'm a big fan of looking at the chart, because I don't want to hold on to a stock for 3 years just to make $1. This is like having a freaking bank account. It's not worth it. So yeah, I sold Capital One. I invested in other stocks, and I reassess my holdings, and then when I feel like they're languishing or they're not doing so well, I just sell them. I'm like, frickin', I'm gonna put the money into something else. So I lost money on this. I lost like 30%, but I invested in other things, and I'm okay. Yeah, so I can be very, very open about some of the stuff that I sold. No. So, but other stocks like Capital One, I just saw, like, I didn't see that. And then you guys know, you guys have seen this JD thing for a long time. Look at this. So this is where I bought it. This is where I bought it. I bought it 47, and then the freaking thing went down to 21. I was this was my first big investment over here. So 25% of my portfolio is basically Amazon, and 25% is basically JD. So, and then I was holding it. Can you imagine? You put your money into here, and then it goes down 50%. I was like holding, keep holding on. I will survive. And I had to wait. Finally, this year, freaking holding long, it went up, and then the freaking GME stuff tanked it. So it actually went up to $100. You guys can see it. It went up to $100. I had to make a community post about it. I know some people are like, Erica, you're happy to, like, you don't understand. I've been through the trenches with freaking JD, okay? It went to $100, and then it went back to freaking $88. So let's look at the 1 month chart. You see why I'm mad about this? No, wait, not the 1 month. The 6 month chart. Look. So you can see in September it was like 83, and then it went down to 75, and then it was kind of like hovering between like $80-$90 or so, like around 88, and then I thought it was breaking out at 100, and then we're back at 88. So I'm debating about reducing my JD holding, because I'm not liking this like Capital One like languishing thing. But if I do that, then I should get rid of Amazon, because Amazon has been pissing me off. Erica rants about her stocks right now. Look at this shit. Look at this stuff. July 30, 2021, $3,050, and then it goes up to, let's see, where are we? Here, look. Where is it? $3,312, and now we're at $3,206. This freaking stock hasn't really moved up since July of last year, and I'm just like, all the gains have just been going sideways. So earnings is, I think, on February 4th or so. This thing better shoot, because if this thing doesn't shoot, I'm gonna be mad. But I know it's gonna go up. I just need to give it time. So you can see it went up. So my average is like $1,448, and I was happy, and then it just went sideways. I don't like this chart, but if you held on, look at this. If I had invested back in 2016, I would have made 6 times the amount of money for one stock, because it was a 575, and now it's 3,206. JD, you know what? Let's look at JD right now. So JD is known as this.
GameStop.
So it's basically the Chinese Amazon. They deal with logistics, and they have like all these other things that they're invested in. I also invested in Alibaba. You guys know I sold Alibaba recently because I was just too pissed off about where Jack Ma was. Let's go over here. Alibaba stock. So I sold it at 222. Now it's at 253. But I want to show you one of the reasons why I sold it. So you can see it was going up, right? And then it was over here. I was very happy, 307. And then it turned into, where is Jack Ma? Oh, nobody knows where Jack Ma is. And then I saw the stock decline. And you see this price point over here? 225. I was like, oh, for frick's sake. I'm going back to July. You know what? Screw this. I don't want to find out Jack Ma died or something. And I was only at about 11% at that point profit, so I sold it. I was like, I don't want it to go into the negative, because then it's gonna screw up with all the stuff that it's gonna screw into why I held. So I actually bought Alibaba around 2018 or so. I I think I might have averaged up around here. Yeah, so no, I bought it. Yeah, I did buy it because my average was 198. So yeah, I bought it around here. So for it to go from 199 to 253, that's pretty depressing because it didn't move much. So one thing about these kind of stocks is that they're stable, but they don't move too much. This definitely moves way more than a bank account. But I didn't like the fact that I held on to it for like 3 years and then I only had 11% gain. So that kind of thing made me, that kind of shook me out, and I said, frick it, I'm gonna sell. So yeah, I don't want to hear about like China locks down or the CEO goes missing. So that is why you don't see me wanting to invest more into Chinese stocks. I have JD right now, but I do know if there's any problems with, let's say, Chinese-U.S. relationship, China-U.S. relationship, JD is gonna tank. And you look at the chart for JD again, JD stock. Like, yeah, my portfolio has, it's just like the battle between 88, like the 80s, the 88 90s. See, so let's go back over here. See, it was like 92 back in November, and then it went down to 84. You kind of see where I'm getting a little irked about my stock. See it? Look at that. And then I thought it would break out. I was like, yes, $100. And then it went back to 88. So in 5 days, look at this. I was on the moon when it hit 100, and then I went back to the freaking 8. This stock trolled me, you guys. It stopped. Yeah. So I want to reduce my exposure about the China stuff. And that's why I sold Alibaba. I hate to say it, but I risk a little easier knowing that I invested into GME rather than Alibaba. I used the money that I had in Alibaba and I split it between multiple stocks. And I worry less about it. Although I hate to say it this way, every time I hear news about Alibaba, I'm always like, I hope it doesn't go up that much because I don't want to regret selling it. Old space companies don't sound like a good investment. So yeah, that was Clinton. Hello. So yeah, that is about it. I know I was talking to you guys about my stocks, just giving you a little glimpse into what I invest in, how the charts look like. If you guys have been a little tired about the GME thing, sorry. I really just find the GME thing so interesting. Every day I feel like I tune in on that thing and I'm like, what's gonna happen today? What's gonna happen tomorrow? I have to. GME is not going to be trading until Monday, right? Because we unfortunately have the weekend, so I can't do these streams about GME tomorrow. But it's going to be on my mind. We will see what happens. For GME, people think that it's gonna hit $1,000. I don't know. That's a little aggressive to me. But I send my prayers to the guy who invested at 482. He still has my prayers. Remember, Mr. 483. My bad. The guy who bought all the way at the top. I hope he's still not bag holding. And if he is bag holding, I hope he's okay with holding the bag while everybody else is all like, look at us, we're all below you. See, Mr. 483 is around here. And then the rest of the people are around 325. So, yeah. If this shoots up to $1,000, then Mr. 483 is going to be very, very happy. If it doesn't, sucks. But my average, I think, is around 176, 177. I'm okay. When did I get into the market for GME? I got in, what was it? A couple days ago, I feel like. I bought in at 148, and I could have averaged down, but I was too chicken to do. So I just held on to it, and then I bought 2 shares because I'm so risk adverse, you guys. I bought 2 shares at 240, and then one at 240, one at 220, and then that brought my average. Oh yeah, Joseph. Oh, that sucks. So if you guys are not familiar with the Robinhood thing, some people bought it on margin, borrowed money, and they borrowed the money from Robinhood. And Robin, they bought these stocks. I don't know when they bought the stocks, but let's say they bought the stock here. Let's just say they bought the stock here, right? 324. And there was so much volatility that Robinhood said, "Yeah, you know what? You know that money we gave you for your margin? Yeah, we're gonna exercise that now." So instead of cashing out maybe over here where they wanted to, they did an auto sell, and then some people had their auto sell at 118. Can you imagine that? You bought here at let's say 335, thinking that you would make money, and then you find out Robinhood sells it automatically for you at 118. If they didn't do that, then they could have sold higher. But yeah, so some people lost some big money for that. If you, I'm not a big fan of trading on margin. I always just do it with the cash I already have in my portfolio, and yeah, that is a big thing. For me, I only invested $1,000 into GME. But for those people, they could have been investing tens of $1,000s, hundreds of $1,000s, and yeah, those losses would be possibly 50% losses. If you had gone, let's say you had like $100,000 worth of shares, and then it dropped, you sell it for 50% off, you lose $50,000 that way. So some people with GME, in my opinion, they're going to get screwed. And I just hope that I'm not going to get screwed. That's why you see me look at the chart kind of neurotically, because I don't want to be the bag holder if anything happens. This is really uncharted territory. So I don't know when is a good exit point. And if anything shifts, I don't want to kind of be like, oh crap. Oh man, it went down to $60 or it went down to $120, and I would be selling at a loss. So I feel like I need to keep my pulse on this stuff, see what's going on. And even though it's just $1,000, I want to get my timing right. So in the event that it does shoot up, I can seize the opportunity. So don't, so if you're going long, instead of investing in something in GameStop, because it's so volatile, that's why I rather prefer in investing in stock. That's a long. I can't recommend Visa right now. I think it's been kind of depressing. Look at that chart. Oh, so depressing. I can't recommend Visa. So if I invested back in July 2020, I would be basically at the same price as now. Freaking depressing. This is like Amazon. This is just a little depressing. At least I have the tiny little dividend to wipe my tears with. But yeah. So with this kind of stock, you don't have to worry about anything. It's kind of just set it and forget it. But yeah. Oh, you know what? If anybody puts $50,000 into GameStop, it's not really gonna do much. This billionaire put $10 million into GameStop today, and look what happened. It still went down. So you need people to hold. It doesn't. It's not just. It's not just you putting in like $50,000. Yeah, and then the other thing too is this. I question about how much GameStop can go up, because if you want people to buy into this stuff, you're hoping that people are not tapped out. So people are saying things like, when you see the dip, buy the dip. There are so many people, you guys. There's so many people out there who have already bought the dips, and they might be hesitant because when you look at the chart, you look at this and you're like, okay, so if I had bought in on January 27th, 9:30 a.m., it would have been at 351, and now we're at 325. This person over here probably looked at the dips here, here, here. They're not going to want to buy in if it goes higher. That's just my opinion, though. It gets kind of or maybe like, I'm very risk adverse, so I do not want to buy any more GME unless it's hovering around 220 or 197 or lower than that. So whatever you invest in, just be mindful that it can go down, and it can go down really quickly. I think that people are definitely chasing GameStop definitely for the money. But who the hell's gonna want to throw $325 just to send a message? For a lot of people, they can only afford one share.
Can't
So
stop, won't stop, GameStop.
yeah, so there's
You
a
could
very
make your stream a lot shorter if you just said can't stop, won't stop, GameStop.
oh, I've been talking about. I have
That's,
6 GMEs.
that's all you need to do is say can't stop, won't stop, GameStop, end stream. You'll be 2 million views tomorrow.
No,
That's it. Keep it simple.
no. I have 4 shares at 140.35, I think, and then I have one share at like 220, 220 or 225, and then I have another share at like 240. So yeah, I've been you can see that I've been kind of averaging, and I'm trying to go on the lower half. I don't want to buy all the way up here because I'm afraid in the event that it drops, like let's say I buy it at 349, if it drops to 256, I'd be like, frick. How much am I up? I am up, I don't know, my average is 176 right now, so I'm up whatever the difference between 176 and 325 is. So people are thinking that it's gonna go up. If it goes up, great. If something goes down and it's shitty, then I'm okay too. GMC, AMC, and Rockets. I think I put GME in my GME in my last stream title. You know what? I mean, like, even if I get a lot of views, it's like I don't get that much off my videos. I usually get about 50 cents a video normally. So don't think like I make these videos and I'm like raking in big bucks or anything. It's not much at all. A lot of the times, like, the reason I make videos is like I want to share this stuff with you guys. It's not because it's like rolling in the dough or something. So, yeah. Yeah, if you see people who are and talking about YouTube as well, there are some people that I really did like their content on YouTube, and then they would work on this edited video. They would spend a lot of time editing their video, making it all pretty. And I guess the monetization just never came around for them. And we're hoping to have like the rake in the big bucks, like get the big money rake out. And for people who've been doing this for about like 4 months or 1 year, they kind of lose interest in it because the money doesn't come, and then they kind of fall off the radar. And that kind of saddens me because I see people who have some really great videos, but they just don't see it being their time. I know some people, like, they spend 4 hours a day making videos. It's not Lewis, by the way, but I know I've heard about some content creators. They spend so much time working on having this nice professional setup, making a script, editing their videos, and finally, when they factor in how much hours they spend a month, and then they get the YouTube revenue, they're like, oh frick, I've only been working for like $2 an hour. So they just don't see the financial sense of making YouTube videos. What? So yeah, YouTube monetization kind of sucks if you don't have like lots and lots of viewers. And normally my videos, I feel like I usually get about 300, 400 views. And that's okay. That's okay. With 50 cents, I can buy a piece of gum.
People put too much effort into the stuff that doesn't matter on YouTube.
Huh?
Like, even I do sometimes. I spent 10 minutes today adjusting my white balance, and it's like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I care if I'm yellow or blue? Like, nobody gives a shit.
Thank you, Jim. Jim said
meow. Screen.
Huh?
You gotta scream at the screen.
Oh, no, you know what? Okay, so that's the thing about Lewis, right? He was telling me, he was like, Erica, I want to have a better camera, and he wants to work on his, have better camera so his image looks better. I'm like, I told him up front, I was like, Lewis, people do not watch your videos when you're ranting to see how how it's not like he's a beauty YouTuber, you
A
know.
better
It's
camera is just going to reveal how much I look like shit even more. Like
huh.
you'll be
I
able to
can't.
discern the different
Yeah.
colors of blue under my eye.
What? No, nobody wants to see that. It's like we don't even. You don't. It's like you don't even do a close up. You're kind of far away.
I hate
huh?
this fucking lens for the fact that I always have to get up and turn it to 38 millimeters manually. That pisses me off. But like, maybe I would just get a lens for this camera that doesn't require that. But even that, I'm too cheap.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm a BlackBerry bag holder.
Well, you don't need it. I mean, like people, I don't see any comments in your review. Actually, I shouldn't say. Maybe about the 26 of you on, but I don't see any people being all like, "Hey, how come your image doesn't have better lighting?" Like people listen to you for what you say. It's not how you look like. So you don't need to worry about, the size of your pores too much. And if you do, you can always just wear some makeup. A lot of newscasters wear makeup. You don't wear any makeup, but if you had some concealer and foundation, yeah. Pure body. Oh. Yeah, I was telling Lois that he has to stop rubbing his freaking eyes. So
I don't rub my eyes.
He used to rub his eyes so much. He used to have these dark circles that raccoons would be jealous of. But he stopped doing it, so his eyes look so much better. And
I still look like shit.
No, I've been complimenting him and telling him like, yeah, like I can tell like when he does moisturizer on his skin. So now he uses this moisturizer and this eye cream. His skin looks so much better with it on. So I'm so happy.
That's why I need a better camera.
What?
That's why I need a better camera so people can see how sexy I am.
But people can already see you.
No, they can't.
They can't. Why? How close do you want them to look?
I should at least get some better lighting for myself.
You're better lighting and better setup than the Yahoo Finance people.
That's not saying much.
Why?
I actually commented in that thread when they said, "Why is their audio so bad?" I said, "Dude, this company went bankrupt like 3 times in the past."
A terrible thing to
From
say.
a bygone era. He's like, I'm surprised that they're not sitting there with fucking cups and string. Like,
you know what? I just feel like you're throwing them shade because they called you Reddit user.
No, I'm throwing them shade because I told them, "Thank you for spelling my name with 2 N's," and in the article they still fucking spelled it with 1 N.
Okay. Yeah, Lewis was telling me before.
That's all I want. Spell my name right.
Okay, you know what? Before I went to sleep, yesterday night we were in bed under the covers, and he was like, "Erica, how does it feel like to date a Reddit user?" And I was like, "What?" And he said, "I'm a famous Reddit user. Yahoo Finance featured me." And I told him, I said, "You can't be that famous. They didn't even mention your name in the title. They didn't even link his YouTube page." So, and I was just like, "Don't get big-headed over here. Nothing good. Nothing to be."
I shouted them out on my community page, so hopefully I get them some exposure.
Okay.
Their views get 140 videos a day. That's fucking sad.
How much?
I used to love Yahoo Pool as a kid.
I didn't even know Yahoo had their own YouTube page. That's the surprising thing to me. So yeah, I gave a shout out on the community page to his video in case you're kind of curious about it. It's like Reddit user explains or something like that, Wall Street Bets, and I was like, oh, Louis Rossman, the Reddit user.
You realize your views get more than Yahoo Finance on YouTube, right?
Oh.
A lot of those videos they did yesterday have 136 views.
That's probably because they're not tagging or something. I don't know. Maybe the algorithm hates them. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I know it used to be the search engine, but something happened, and maybe they're getting censored. Who knows? But yeah. So Lewis has picked up a number of nicknames. Let's see. Lewis is now known as Lewis Paper Hands Rossman, also Lewis Reddit user Rossman. So this was a very eventful week for him. Like Daenerys Targaryen, how she says like mother of all dragons kind of thing, breaker of chains. I think Lewis has turned into Lewis Paper Hands, Reddit user, influencer, allegedly an influencer. Rossman. So I should like notate all this stuff down that people call him, or what I call him. Something Google happened. I never even remember hearing about Planet Search, you guys. And right to repair. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, that would seem like, so long ago. That seems like eons ago, because with the situation, it's like a lot of people are just not focused on that kind of stuff anymore. Overall, that's what I feel like. You know, people aren't really traveling. The courts are backed up, so it's kind of been on the back burner. I guess his first of his name. Yeah. Oh, Alta Vista. Oh my gosh, I remember that. Oh, do you guys remember? No, Ash Jeeves. Do you remember Ash Jeeves? I remember Ash Jeeves. Oh
my. That was a boomer search engine for people that didn't know how to use it.
I used to look at what was a British guy or something.
That totally makes sense that you would use it as a boomer.
What?
Ash Jeeves. The whole idea behind it was for people who don't understand how an engine works to actually type your question as a question because you didn't know to just use a search engine.
What?
So Ash Jeeves is the official boomer search engine, which matches because Eric is a boomer.
I'm not a boomer.
Okay, are you doing a screen capture stream of your computer?
Yeah,
or are you putting a fucking camera in front of your computer rather than streaming a
No,
window capture?
I'm doing
boomer.
Hey, you know why I'm doing this? I'm doing this because I don't have OBS. But you know what? I'm bringing like
why
the
don't you have
2000s.
OBS? Because you're using Mavericks? Because you're using a 20-year-old operating system?
My computer can barely handle the tabs. I know if I did OBS, my computer would probably blow up.
Boomer.
Huh?
This is a bad influence. Makes folks think.
A lot. Everyone seems lazy compared to him. Oh yeah, ass. Yeah. You know what? What happened to Ash Jeeves? What happened? You know what? Let's look this stuff up. What happened to Ash Jeeves? Oh wait, Ash Jeeves has a stock? What? Oh, they must be gone. Oh, I think Ash Jeeves went down. Hey, look at that Ash Jeeves. Oh, look at that. Oh. Wait, Ash Jeeves. What happened to Ash Jeeves? He's back for Brit. Damn you, British people get to see Ash Jeeves. I miss Ash Jeeves. Oh, I remember this. Oh, I'm showing my age. I remember this guy. Oh, I love Ash Jeeves. Oh no, it was rebranded as ass.com. What? Damn it. Oh, it was actually rated number 128 in the world? Oh, so nostalgic. Yeah, maybe when I get my newer MacBook, it can handle this kind of stuff. I don't do anything intensive on my computer. And my computer, you guys can see, like, when I use it, you can see it's lagging. You can see it's freezing on me. So putting something like OBS is really going to push it off until... I don't want to cause Cleo to have a meltdown. So I take mercy on her. I don't want to push her to her limits. So, but when I have a newer MacBook, you guys, I will try that, and you'll see my videos turn a little better, and then y'all say like, hey, do you remember that time where you guys had to tell me like, Erica, you gotta clean your lens? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I gotta clean my lens. Thank you. Today, I found out how to get rid of those watermarks on my computer. Oh, Gabriel was born with Google. Oh, you don't understand all the choices we had back in the day. What did we have? We had Netscape Navigator, Ash Jeeves, like Ask.com, Yahoo. What else was there? I think that was it. Yeah, Netscape Navigator. That was a freaking cool icon. Excite. Oh yeah, Excite. Why is Google Chrome and Firefox? It's because like sometimes I have things open. If I try to open with things with another program, it automatically opens on Google Chrome. And then sometimes I can't load things correctly on Google Chrome, so I use Firefox for it. Yeah, all these like nostalgic thing. Let's see. Okay, if you guys have never seen Netscape Navigator, because I know there might be some people who are very youthful. Okay, look at this. Look at this beautiful logo. Look at that. Is Netscape Navigator still around? Oh, was. Okay.
Mozilla.
Oh.
Boomer.
What?
I bet you still use Netscape.
Hey! Stop making fun of me!
And Windows NT.
Stop making fun of me!
Boomer. When you walk, there's a sound that makes... Actually, you kind of walk heavy with your feet. You actually go boom, boom, boom.
But you know what? Next thing you know what? This guy is such a jerk. He's probably gonna change the ringtone whenever I call him to the dial-up side. You know, like, that kind of thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
Oh, this is interesting.
You know when you have that dial-up, that one? I think he could use that as my ringtone. They're like, oh look, the boomer's calling me. Whatever. What the hell is this? Sea monkey. I never heard about this in my life. Oh, hey, do you guys remember this? Because we're on.
Oh my fucking god.
What?
Are you able to look at the screen without making a comment or without pointing the phone at the screen?
Yeah. Damn.
Don't say a word. Eric.
He's happy about BlackBerry.
Word.
He's reading Wall Street Bets right now.
Dear Jesus.
This is not financial advice or anything like that. But he's looking at Wall Street Bets and he's happy because he has hope about his cat. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Not financial advice. Look at that, I have Wall Street Bets as my icon, so yeah. Yeah, he's been looking at Wall Street Bets pretty often. And I have too. So, oh look at this. AOL, do you remember this? The AOL disk? Oh gosh. You know, back when people had to use CD drives, I know some people in my chat will be like, what's a CD? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I remember I used to get all these like freaking AOL things and I used to just toss it in the trash. And oh, I think I remember seeing this one actually in person. Oh. Wow, 1 million AOL disk. Oh, look at this graph. God, this is nostalgia right here. Yeah, fuck those discs. 175. Yeah, I used to get a bunch of them. I used to just toss them right in the trash. So sad. It's so freaking wasteful. But you know what? I know this sounds kind of like terrible to say, but I kind of want to have wall art of AOL discs just so I can show my age. I was like, I remember when I used to get this AOL disc, and yeah, I frame it because, yeah, just that's pretty useless. Oh, holy crap! Do you remember this? This Mavis Beacon teaches typing. Oh, do you remember? Do you remember what was it called? That typing game in 2000s? Oh, I remember this one. I remember this typing game. I'm showing my freaking age over here. Oh, do you guys remember this one? This Mario one? I remember I used to go in my computer lab, I used to type this. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, in case you guys aren't familiar with how old I am, in case you guys are new viewer, I'm 32, so I'm a 90s kid. I'm actually still stuck in the Y2K era when it comes to my music. I love NSYNC. I love Backstreet Boys still. Britney. I like Shawn Mendes and I like Bieber as well.
She likes reading my email.
Huh?
And she likes reading my email.
Yeah.
Clinton?
I also like reading Wall Street Bets.
Clinton, get me. Clinton, I need you to attack. Mr. Clinton, I need you to attack Erica.
What are you trying to attack?
I need you to attack Erica. Be a panther.
Panther?
I want you to think of your ancestors.
He's a whiny panther.
I want you to think of your ancestors and attack this woman right now.
Oh, look how aggressive this cat is. Oh, he's moving so slowly. I don't know what happened. Domestication really.
That's not a tiger. That's a.
What?
That's the Wolf of Wall Street. That's like
Clinton?
the wolf from the
Clinton
Apple
is like,
video.
oh, I know. I tried to get a panther, and all I got was a black cat that screams for food. Yeah. Well, who else did I really like listening to when I was younger? Yeah, of course, Christina Aguilera. That too. Yeah. But you know what gets me real riled up whenever I listen to it? The Pokemon theme song. Oh my gosh. You know? Do you remember the Pokemon theme song? You don't? You don't remember the Pokemon theme song? Okay. I'm gonna give up my quick monetization. My 50 cents monetization for this. Okay. Remember Misty and Brock. But no. Lugia, I think? Yeah, okay. Oh no! Hey, so guess what? Listen to this. So I was streaming it, and it says that I detected copyright audio and video on your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked.
Aww. Whoa.
I know. My 50-cent donation. I mean, not my 50 cents monetization. You know what though? It was worth it. You know, I've never gotten a copyright strike while I'm streaming. I thought I shouldn't have showed the video. I think if I did the audio only, it would have been caught. But yeah, having both, that's kind of not good. So yeah, if you are watching that later on and you hear mute, it's because I want to keep the stream up. I don't want it to get removed or something like for that kind of thing. So we will see. We will see what happens. But it was worth it. It was worth it. I hope I took you guys through a little bit of nostalgia. Early 2000s was really great stuff. Yeah. Oh, now I'm not going to buy more GME, you guys. Not going to buy more GME. I know. I'm genuinely surprised. You know what caught it so quickly. Freaking shocked. Look at this. Look at the lyrics. Oh, thank you, Jacob. Yeah, this is like if you want to get pumped up for the day, I think listening to the Pokemon theme song is just amazing. Like if you wake up if you have your alarm clock to the Pokemon theme song, I think you'll be the very best. That kind of stuff. I know I would be pumped up. Maybe I should change that to my yeah, maybe I should change that to my ringtone. Or not my ringtone, my alarm. If I have an alarm, it's just like you hear the Pokemon theme song going up early in the morning. First song ever. Oh my god, the Nelly Furtado song. I forgot all about that song. Oh, so freaking nostalgic. Damn it. Oh, you remember the Vanessa Carlton song? 1,000 Miles? Oh gosh, that was so off key. I forgot how it goes like. Yeah, that one. Can't remember how the beginning was, but I remember there was like that weird piano and stuff. Yeah. No, it's not. I don't think so. I don't think it's copyright infringement. I think it's different because it's like if you show a video, then old email accounts. Oh, exciting. I want to make an Excite email address now. I want to make it Excite. Like, I know I can't use Erica, but yeah, at Excite. And people are like, what is your email? And I'm like, I have an Excite email address. Yep, Jacob. What else was there? So yeah, you want to get up, you have the Pokemon theme song Or let's see, what else can you say? Yeah, I think this one's good. And then she wasn't a one-hit wonder. She had 1,000 Miles, and then she had that other one. I can't remember it off the top of my head though. Ordinary Day. Yeah, Ordinary Day. I remember that one. And then she also had White Houses. I wasn't too big of a fan of. But Big Yellow Taxi, I remember that one too. She did that with Counting Crows, right? You know, dun, 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 dun. That one. Like, don't it, what was it? Don't it always seem to go when you don't know what you got when it's gone? That one. That one. Oh, crap. Crap. Damn it. I might have another YouTube copyright thing because I showed that footage. Can't get away from this stuff. Damn you, YouTube. Yeah, so I'm stuck all the way down here. Shouldn't be Googling because if the video shows up, they're gonna be like, we're gonna take out your monetization. We're not even gonna take off your monetization. I'm afraid they're gonna take down my video, and I don't want the stream to come down. That's what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, maybe we'll see. I think I'm gonna have to mute out that section, see how that works out. But I don't want my video to get taken down. I kind of feel like a lot of the stuff that I record, that I show you guys, or the stuff that I share, I do it because I hope that it helps one person out. A lot of my streams, it's not really organized. It just has like random bits of stuff here and there. But I have this belief that a lot of my streams, like if a person picks up one piece of information, or if it helps one person out, then it's completely worth doing a stream for 2 hours. And that's what really matters in life. I think it's very important that we help out each other, and then we always grow. And I really enjoy having this kind of exchange of information. I didn't know, for instance, about really good flossers or water picks, and it didn't really dawn on my head about the Sonicare thing. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. Yeah, I don't want my live stream to go away, and I don't want my video to get pulled. If my video gets pulled, then whatever I shared, like, nobody else can watch. And I know there's not too many people who watch my video from beginning to end, but for the people who do listen to it, I know sometimes, like, some people might be at work, or they could just be exercising, or they could be in the car, and they could just hear me, like, rambling on and kind of stuff. I think that, yeah, I read off a chat, so sometimes what you guys tell me, people can hear what you guys type too, if they're listening to it and they're not watching it. So I treat a lot of my videos as kind of like podcasts, so you can have it in the background, or because there's only like so much I could show you on my freaking screen at one time, right? But you guys can like have it in the background if you're doing like some stuff around the house, or if you guys want, you can like take a quick glance at it. But yeah, that is it. What are my dental needs? My dental needs is I gotta floss, and I want to whiten my teeth and have healthier gums, so my teeth are in better shape.
You could be a teeth streamer.
Teeth streamer?
Yeah.
No, my teeth are not that good. I don't have like perfect teeth. The kind of teeth can end up in a magazine.
You have titty YouTubers. You could be a teeth YouTuber. Where
no,
the camera zooms in on your mouth the whole time that you're on.
No,
that would actually be a sick genre, because I'm pretty sure someone out there has a tooth fetish. You just have to find it and exploit it.
What? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that?
Ugly, but your teeth are
no, but no, my teeth are not straight.
I have chipmunk teeth. You have perfect little teeth.
Yeah, but you got unique teeth. You can do the 4K teeth of your teeth and be like, hey everybody, and you can do an ASMR stream so people can look at your teeth while you say pee-pee bus. You ever thought of that? Huh? It's an untapped market. And you're an influencer and a Reddit user, so I think you might have a good amount of people watching it. But then you also have people downvoting you to oblivion, be like, what the beep is this? I thought you were gonna talk about the stock market or something like that. Yeah, Plax, that mouthwash is really good. Okay, stay away from all this like YouTube video, because you don't want your stream getting down. Plax mouthwash, this is good stuff. This stuff. It really does work. Yeah, he is an influencer. He's a Reddit user too, so don't forget that. Whenever you guys think about Lewis, remember, Reddit user, just, you know, he's a Reddit user. Only teeth. No. No. I got braces when I was a teenager, and they had to pull 4 teeth from the sides of my mouth. You guys can't really tell, but I had overcrowding, so I had like buck teeth, and my teeth were too big for my mouth. So they pulled out 4 teeth. I had 4 gaps on the side of my mouth, like 2 teeth away from my front teeth. I looked like a jack-o'-lantern. Then they closed up the gaps. I had braces for I think 3 years with like the rubber bands and I didn't wear my retainers. So if you look really closely at my teeth, you can see my teeth are kind of shifting a little bit. It's just like I don't want to wear my freaking retainers. I should have worn my retainers every day, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of those retainers. So yeah, I don't wear my retainers, and my retainers aren't even with me here. It's in Hawaii. So I was talking to my orthodontist a few years back, and they said, yeah, if you want to straighten your teeth again, you can go through another round of braces. And I was like, I don't want to wear braces for the next 3 years again. Like that isn't my thing. Even Invisalign, you guys heard about that? The clear ones, those kind of suck too because they get really gross. The Invisalign thing looks nice, but when you take out those Invisalign, it's like full of spit. It's really gross and nasty. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Invisalign stuff too. It's like basically heating plastic in your mouth. But who knows, if it really bothered me, maybe I look into getting the Invisalign. I think I don't have that much things that I have to shift around in my mouth, so the Invisalign could work, but not really a high priority item on me. No, I'm not Japanese. I'm mostly Chinese and Korean. So I'm like predominantly Chinese, and then I'm about like 25 or ish or so percent Korean. Yeah, Parte Bonzo is saying that I invested in myself by buying my own braces in my 20s, but I didn't wear my retainer. It all went back. I might do Invisalign, but it's too expensive too. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It freaking sucks to wear those retainers. Like, nobody has had retainers, this is the best way I can describe it. It's like keeping, something like a mouth guard or a metal, like a metal thingy majingy inside of your mouth that you gotta snap on. So it's kind of like wearing a helmet. Just imagine wearing a helmet, but you know, like the feeling of wearing a helmet on your head? Imagine that feeling, but in your mouth. Not like it's getting strapped down, but you can definitely tell something's inside of your mouth. That is the downside about wearing retainers, and that's why, like, retainers suck. I know people who have like the built-in retainers, on the bottom teeth, so the bottom teeth are straight. I kind of wish I did that, but it kind of makes flossing kind of like a headache, I heard. No, I don't grind my teeth at night, but if anybody does, definitely get a mouth guard. I know someone I know has to wear a mouth guard because they do grind their teeth at night. 2 more. Oh, look at Gabriel. Gabriel is taking the initiative, so they're getting braces for a second time. You know what? Good for you. For me, whenever I look at my teeth, I'm like, frick, it's kind of crooked. It's a little crooked. You can tell like the sides of my teeth are kind of crooked, and then the bottom's a little crooked too. But that's what happens when you don't wear your retainer. So if you guys wear braces, remember, wear your retainers. You're gonna shift a little. Yeah, I heard, I was like watching some tips for YouTube content, and I was thinking about like having my videos more organized. Like if I had a script and I was like, okay, this is exactly what I'm gonna tell you. Like those people who say like, oh, here's 5 tips to make your life a little bit more like organized, or how to do this kind of thing, or 50 things that I do kind of thing. Like that kind of stuff, it's a lot of work in my opinion. It's just like you got to think exactly what you're going to say, then you got to record it. And then typically people show themselves, so they gotta look good and they gotta look aesthetic, and then you gotta focus on your lighting, and then your quick little video turns into a pretty long video because it turns into a whole editing process. And I don't know, it's just like if I want to make a video, like I wanted to make that response to that one comment and clarify. It's like, can you imagine the editing that I would have to do about that? I'd have to like watch what I'm saying, take out all the if I'm kind of breathing like like that kind of stuff. I would have to edit that out too. And it's like with the video editing thing, I think it goes down a slippery slope of wanting to have perfection. Oh, I stuttered right here. Let me edit that thing out. Oh, I repeated myself, so let me edit that line. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm not happy with this. Let me redo the whole freaking take. And what can appear to be a 10-minute video can actually take 2 hours to do. So I try to just like say the stuff, and if I have it on my mind, it's not perfect, and I just like, okay, I'm gonna share it with you guys, and with my 50-cent monetization, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, so for the people who do video editing, again, I've told you guys there are people that I follow on YouTube, and after a while they just fall off the radar because the monetization isn't there. They kind of drive themselves crazy doing all this video editing, making sure they look perfect. And yeah, it gets to them. You know, if people are into YouTube for the money, I think if they do the hours, and they factor in how much time they spend to make a video, and if they're getting only like $2 an hour, they're gonna say, screw it, I don't want to do it. And then there's also pressure for some YouTubers to always push out content. You know, the people I see, some YouTubers, they say like, oh, I'm gonna push out a video every day at noon. That's kind of crazy. Like, I can't imagine going on behind a camera every day at noon, or going behind a camera every day, and then having this like new deadline for subscribers. Like, yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna push out a video every day at noon, so it has to be uploaded by noon every day for YouTube. That's a little scary. And it's at a point you run out of stuff to say.
What does YOLO $330,000 into fucking GameStop?
Right now, what was their buy price?
I can't see.
Like,
330.
330.
330.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody, you know what? I mean, like, yeah, nobody should start a YouTube channel for the money, because if they do want to do it for the money, they're going to be sorely pissed off when they spend all the time working on their lighting and their expensive camera and their nice setup, and then they're like, oh, okay, so what do I have after the first month? Oh, I had 50 people watching my video. Yeah, and that could be kind of depressing. Like, I know, like, I see when I look at my, I can see analytics, right? I look at my videos and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I lost 82 subscribers this month. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But I'm like, oh well. I don't take my subscriber count too seriously. I don't see this as like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be raking in the money in trash bags and I have to carry it out, and it'd just be such a big load of money. No, no. So a lot of YouTubers, in my opinion, they get shaken out because they might see the competition. You know, some people, they want to be like lifestyle gurus. They want to make some sort of recipe or some sort of like cooking channel. And then you got so many well-established YouTubers, and then there's going to be overlap. Like, let's say you got a person who wants to do Italian cooking, right? So they make their own YouTube channel. They have it all professionally done. They got to make sure they plated it well. There's a lot of pressure on themselves. And the views don't come, or because there's so many people also sharing recipes online, Like how many YouTubers have made a recipe, have made a video about how to cook a turkey or turkey recipes for Thanksgiving? Tons. So if they don't get the revenue, they get disheartened and they're like, frick it, I don't want to do YouTube anymore. It's not worth my time. And then they fall off the radar and then they lose their viewers. And it's dangerous about YouTube. There is a person that I follow and they took a break for about 2 months or so, and they said after they took a break, it's like the YouTube algorithm really hated them and it's really punishing them. So if you don't post videos, even if you have a large subscriber base, if you take a break on YouTube, like YouTube, yeah, punishes you. Do board repair? I don't have interest in making a board repair thing. That'd be kind of cute though if I did do a board repair.
Watch, I can make interest right
now. No, not Cleo. No, I don't want to do
Yeah, you'll have a lot of interest in a board
repair.
repair.
No, I don't want to do board repair. No. Yeah, maybe I should do a board repair video. But you know what? Hopefully it wouldn't be on my new computer. I don't want to get water damage on it. But that would be something, right? Can you imagine if I got my brand new MacBook and then a couple months later I spill water on it? Oh, that would be so sad. I'm so hyped up for my new computer though. You guys see Cleo is kind of inching along, so when I have my new computer I'll be like, speed, no lag, up to date, yay. Yeah, so let's say, yeah, there's some people who haven't been monetized. So the people who do make videos and they share their knowledge, the people who do like I have a lot of respect for those people, and I think it's very important. I think that I think YouTube is a wonderful platform that can really guide people. There's sometimes like I look at YouTube and I listen to people's videos about their outlook in life or some things that they use to help them through certain times. And yeah, I'm thinking like, wow, that's really great. And sometimes like I don't remember these YouTubers' names at all. I'm like, that was a good video though. And I think YouTube is just going to get more and more popular because it's free entertainment, right? Some of you guys I know have YouTube Red. Most of you guys don't. And if you want to learn a hobby, let's say how to crochet or how to bake a cake, you can find that stuff for free on YouTube. You don't have to take cooking classes. So I love YouTube so much. I love it so much. You remember all those? I don't. If any of you guys are familiar with this, do you guys remember like back in the day there used to be like jewelry making classes and you had to pay like $40 to take that class? Now it's like whatever you want to learn. Like if you want to learn piano, you can learn it on YouTube. If you want to learn board repair to fix your MacBook, you can learn how to do that too. Yeah. But you know what the thing is? Like, it's scary, Ed, because some of the people who edit their videos on YouTube, you can tell that they really care a lot about what people think about them. And then sometimes you can see cracks in them. So for instance, right? You remember that one chick on YouTube? I forgot her name, but you guys can Google it. She was making these videos with her dog. I think it was a German Shepherd, I know it was a Doberman. And she got a lot of hits because people love seeing her dog. And then she uploaded a video and she didn't realize that she uploaded the unedited version of it. And she was either hitting her dog or spitting on her dog, and she got a lot of slack over. And she had over, if I remember correctly, she had over 200,000 subscribers, and that made big news on the internet. I mean, it blew up. I never knew about this chick name, but everybody was calling her a dog abuser. And then she had to make an apology. She said something along the lines of like she's gonna get her dog training. And I was like, what the hell? What do you mean your dog needs training? Like, what about you? Like, why are you hitting your dog? Why are you spitting on your dog? So yeah, Khan Academy. That's a really good channel. That is a really good channel. Yeah, you know what? Keep us updated about your bike, Jacob. Let me know how your bike is. I hope it. You know what? I think having an exercise bike is such a great investment because if you do commit to exercise, like you don't have to go to the gym. It's gonna pay for itself. Yeah, Paul Daniels has a stream right now. Lewis, do you edit the cat? Yeah, he edits the cat videos. He needs to put more Oreo videos. I think he has an untapped influencer resource over here, Oreo, and he does not show Oreo enough. But I show Oreo, but unfortunately whenever I show Oreo, he's just sleeping, so it's not like you guys are missing out if you guys miss the Oreo video. Right now he's sleeping on the bed still. He spends most of his day eating, sleeping, and pooping. That's it. He's a very low energy cat. He has the most energy when he runs to the food bowl. Yeah, Paul Daniels. You know what? I think Paul Daniels is such a nice person. Like he genuinely, like I don't know him personally, but he genuinely seems like one of those really pleasant people to talk to. You know, he's a lot more refined than a number of American people. And like when you hear about the way he phrases things and the way he conveys things, it's just it's classy. It's classy. It's not. Yeah, it's just very classy. I don't think he would be the kind of person to drop an F bomb, but maybe I just haven't listened to Paul Daniels do a stream very often. All this like classy people in Australia, that kind of thing. Like, dang, we need to have some of that class here in America. I know. And he's so calming. Like whenever I turn on to his streams, I'm gonna be honest, like I don't understand 99% of it. But whenever I like tune into his streams, very for a little bit, you'll never see me comment on there on his streams. But when I tune in, I'm like, man, his voice is so soothing. It's so calming. He could do an audiobook or be a therapist, and it'd be like, how do you feel today? You know, take a deep breath, close your eyes, sort of thing. Yeah, he could make like a he could make some sort of like meditation tutorial, and I think people would like be like, "Oh, this is great. This is great." Yeah, he should. He should do some like kind of ASMR thing. He should. He should branch out, do ASMR. Very few people have like a voice that's good for ASMR. Uh-oh. Jim falls asleep through his streams. Wow, he does read children books. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, he should do a book where I don't know, I don't see a lot of his videos, but if he does a book, if he has like a Paul Daniels read children books thing, I imagine like some people would tune in and have him read a book for their children. Like, can you imagine like a kid can just like look up a book online and then they can listen to some person read the book and have that nice, calming, soothing voice? That's one of the things I miss about childhood. People used to, you would have your teacher or someone read you a book, and it's just nice to look at the page and hear their voice, their calming, soothing voice, and just like follow along with the words. Yeah, maybe, who knows? Maybe I should do one of those things. Talking about children books, I don't know if I ever shared with you guys, but the one book that always makes me cry whenever I read it, children book. Can you guys guess what it is? What children's book, whenever I read it, I always cry? Yeah, he would probably read that book. He probably would read that Go the F to Sleep one. Okay, so I would recommend reading this book because I think as adults, it kind of hits a nerve within a number of us. The book that makes me cry whenever I read it, the children book, is The Giving Tree. You know, this one, the green one, it makes me cry like a freaking baby. I just break into tears kind of thing. Because the thing about this book is, yeah, I know I'm feeling very emotional just talking about this book. But I'm not going to ruin it for you guys, but read this book and then you will kind of understand why I get so emotional about it. Long story short, I think when I was a child, I read this book, and I remember I remember like talking to my dad, and I was like, this is a stupid thing. And I, it's because I didn't understand. I didn't understand the whole idea behind the book, but when I read it in my 20s, I looked through it and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a classic. I remember reading this book. It just broke my heart because it's like, so yeah, I really highly recommend reading this book, The Giving Tree, but also make sure you have some Kleenexes with you. Because when you're a kid, you see this, you don't understand, but as you're an adult, you'll understand why the tree is the way it is, and you'll understand how much love they have for the little boy. That's all I'm gonna say about it. And make sure you have a box of Kleenex. Ah, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about this book. Ah, this book does this thing to me. So, yeah, this is. I guess this was a banned book. Yeah, the only reason why I can imagine this being a banned book is because it makes people cry, it makes people like me cry. But what I will say is, in my opinion, the love a parent has for their child is just it goes in. It has like no bounds. It's like, yeah, it's limitless. So when I read this book, it hit me like how deep that love goes. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm tearing up. I'm so emotional. I'm not even on my monthly gift right now. Just thinking about the Giving Tree makes me tear up. Oh, this book.
She's crying because she sold Capital One.
No, I'm crying because I'm thinking about this book.
What book?
The Giving Tree.
What about it?
I read it, and whenever I think about it, it makes me cry.
What's it about?
You gotta read it. You gotta read it. It's a short book, you know. It's a kid's book. It's not very long at all, but see, so you can read, you can look at it over here. The Giving Tree, read aloud by Shel Silverstein. 4-minute video, you guys. I would recommend, or this one. Yeah, so it's like 5 minutes of your life. Read it. I mean, like, watch it, see the visuals, and it's just gonna hit you in the frickin' feels. So I just talking about it makes me cry. I'm like, oh. So yeah, I'm gonna get going, but if you have 5 minutes of your time, look up The Giving Tree on YouTube. I'm not gonna open it because I'm gonna get another freaking copyright thingy-majingy over here. But yeah, 5 minutes of your time, listen to it. I recommend looking at the visuals too, because you have to. I mean, the illustrations are really great. Make sure you have a box of Kleenex, and yeah, it's one of those books, like, it's unforgettable. It really hits me differently than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I read the book and I didn't think of anything. I thought the tree was stupid. But now I'm an adult and I read the book and it's just like, oh, the waterworks are on. Kleenex, give me Kleenex. Thinking about the book makes me cry. Yeah, it's just a pretty emotional thing for me. So anyway, I'm gonna get going. I will talk to you guys later. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think of The Giving Tree. I recommend seeing it on YouTube, listening and seeing the illustrations. If it doesn't hit you in the feels, my recommendation is watch it again, and then you'll understand why. You'll understand a better why this book is so meaningful. And Apple's $300 art book, it makes me try. I really do recommend for kids that kids do read The Giving Tree. It's one of those those books that I think everybody should listen to, because it really makes me think about how loving parents are. How loving parents are, and is that what I think it is?
It's a party.
Oh, okay.
It's not sex, Erica. That's not what sex sounds like.
I was like, what is
That's
that?
not what an orgy sounds like.
No, I was like, whoa, someone's getting. I think someone's celebrating maybe with the GME thing. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Yeah. So you guys have a wonderful night. Check out the Giving Tree. You guys see it over here. 4 or 5 minutes of your time, or 8 minutes, and have a box of Kleenex. I don't really recommend too many books, but for this kind of book, it really just touched my life, and I'm happy that I read it as a kid, and as an adult, it makes me just really thankful, and it makes me feel, really, really fortunate that I lived, I had, I grew up, and I still have such a wonderful, you know,
Wikipedia
relationship
says
with
it's
my
a
family.
divisive book because they can't tell if it's an abusive relationship or a positive relationship.
Well, I saw it as a very selfless relationship. And yeah, check out the book. Let me know what your thoughts about it is. And 5, 8 minutes of your time. I'm curious to know what you guys think about it, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.